Hi friends! So, I'm here doing our second circle time with you. And I want to talk to you about a very special word. And that word is spring. And over the weekend, spring came, which is very excited. We have 4 seasons. And I know we've talked about summer, and we've talked about fall, and we've talked about winter. And now we're going to talk about spring. So winter is now over, and our new season is called spring. Can you say spring? Very good. So I have a picture I want to show you that shows some things that happen in spring. So Brendan is going to zoom in so you can see my picture, and it is a picture of spring. And I want you to take a second to take a really close look at this picture and see what you see that makes you think about spring. Or what you think in this picture shows that spring is here or coming. Take a couple of seconds to check it out. Use your eagle eye. Okay? Good. All right. If you said the grass is getting greener, that is something that happens in the springtime. The grass starts to become green. Do you see these flowers? Flowers bloom in the springtime. That is definitely a sign of spring. And do you see up here in the trees, the leaves are starting to bloom again and turning green. So the leaves are showing us that there's a sign of spring. I also see a butterfly flying around. So we are going to see more bugs and insects and bees flying around. So that shows us that it's a sign of spring. And new animals are born in the springtime. Do you see the baby birds that are being born and are in their nests? So that is another sign of spring. So in this picture, there are lots and lots of signs of spring here. Green grass, flowers, trees, bugs, and birds. These are all things that show us that spring is coming. So, that's the first thing we're talking about today. I have a story for you, and it is about a little rabbit called Hooper. And guess what Hooper's looking for? He's trying to find spring, and he's looking everywhere for it, and he can't find it. So, once again, I need you to crisscross applesauce while Brendan zooms in with my camera so I can read you the story of Hooper looking for spring. And I have to tell you, the pictures in this story are beautiful. So make sure you use your eagle eye to check them out while you're listening to my words. All right, here we go. Wake up, Hooper, said his mama. The snow is beginning to melt. Spring has come at last. Oh, great, said Hooper excitedly. Someone new to play with. I will go and meet him. Before his mother could explain that spring isn't a person, Hooper was bouncing away across the thin carpet of snow. The snow had started to melt, and the blades of grass were pushing through it and reaching for the sun. And one place where the snow had completely melted, Hooper found a hole next to a heap of earth. Hello, is anyone home? He called. Maybe this is where spring lives, thought Hooper, squeezing himself into the hole. Inside, a dark tunnel sloped down to the earth. Hooper crept slowly down the tunnel. He couldn't see anything in the dark. Then he bumped into something soft. Hello, said Hooper. You must be Spring. What are you doing in this tunnel? Spring? Me? Said a voice. No, I'm a mole, and this is my tunnel. What are you doing here? I'm looking for spring. I don't know where spring lives, said the mole as they crawled out into the open air, but his home must be larger than this. Try the big cave on the other side of the forest. Goodbye, mole, and thank you, said Hooper, scampering eagerly away. Hooper soon found the cave. He peeped nervously inside. Near the back was something big and brown. What could it be? Wake up, Spring, it's me, Hooper. Mom and I are waiting for you. Why must I wake up? Growled a deep voice. Is winter over? Anyway, I'm not spring, my little friend. Why not? Well, because I'm a bear. Why are you sleeping in this cave? Asked Hooper. I always sleep here in the winter. When the first snow falls, I crawl inside and I do not wake up until spring comes. Hooper thought for a minute and then he said, my mama says spring is coming today. Do you know where he lives? I want to go and meet him. The bear ambled up to the mouth of the cave and sniffed in the air. You're right, it does smell of spring. And if I'm not mistaken, the smell is coming from up there in that tree. Perhaps that's where spring lives. They ran over to the tree. Wait here, said the bear. I'll take a look. The bear clambered nimbly up into the branches. Then he put one paw into a hole in the trunk. Honey, he said, smacking his lips. The perfect breakfast. I'm hungry after that long sleep. Spring doesn't seem to live here, though, he said. Bear climbed down again. Meanwhile, Hooper had started to feel hungry, too. They sat down together and licked the delicious honey from the bear's paw. I'm not going to look for spring anymore, sighed Hooper. I'm too tired. Well, we'll just have to wait until he comes. Let me take you home, said the bear kindly. I need to stretch my legs. They are stiff from a whole winter's sleep. Come on, little one, climb onto my back and make yourself comfortable. Night was falling when they found Mama Hare. There you are, Hooper, she said. I was getting worried. I didn't find Spring, Mama. He wasn't in the hole in the ground, or the bear's cave, or the hollow tree. I don't know where he's hiding. But Hooper, you can't go out and meet Spring. Spring isn't an animal. It's a time of year when the air gets warmer, the snow melts, and the flowers start to bloom. Oh, said Hooper. Don't be sad. You did find a new friend, said his mother. Hooper crept close to Mama and waved goodbye to the bear. Come back soon, he called after him. We can play together all through spring. The end. So, Hooper was looking for spring. Hooper thought that spring was an animal. Is spring an animal? No. But Hooper went to a couple different places to look for spring. First, Hooper went into a hole, and do you remember what Hooper found in that hole? He found a mole. That wasn't spring. Then Hooper kept looking, and he went into the really big cave. Who did he find in that cave? A bear, you're right. And they looked all over. They didn't realize that spring is a thing or a time of year, not an animal. So, today I'm going to be sending an email to your mommies and daddies asking them to do me a favor. I would like you to go outside and try to find a sign of spring. Remember from my picture, as a reminder, some of the things that we saw in our picture that shows us a sign of spring. So I want you to go outside and take a picture of yourself finding something that looks like spring and send it to me. And I'll answer you back. And your mom and dad can read the words I say to you. So that's the first thing I'd like you to do. I'm also going to send your moms and dads something that we love to do at school. We love to trace, don't we? So I'm going to send them a butterfly tracing worksheet, a flower tracing worksheet, and also a big flower tracing worksheet. So you can practice tracing because we love doing that during our free choice time, don't we? So your mommies and daddies can take this piece of paper and you can trace and color right on this paper. Or do you remember when we put it in the plastic? Your moms and dads can put it in a Ziploc bag and use a dry erase marker like we have at school, and you can trace and erase and do it a couple times. It's up to you. So you have two jobs. One is to go outside to look around and see if you can find signs of spring around your yard and take a picture of it and send it to me, and also to do your tracing pages. Okay, so those are your two jobs, and you let me know how you do, okay? I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, love you.